All right, thank you so much, Adam. Well, U.S. District Judge Robert Summerhays heard oral arguments today dealing with Title 42 on whether the Biden administration can lift pandemic-related restrictions soon on migrants requesting asylum.
Title 42 was put in place as a public health border restriction order enacted by former President Trump in March of 2020, hoping to decrease the spread of COVID-19. News 15's Ashley Hamilton has the story. She joins us in studio right now. Ashley, you were in the courtroom. What can you tell us?
More than 20 states have joined the lawsuit seeking to block the Biden administration from ending Title 42 later this month, stating the CDC failed to properly lift the public health order. Both sides spent the day arguing why the ban should continue or be lifted by the end of the month. Since March of 2020, under federal Title 42 authority, more than 1.8 million migrants have been expelled and denied the chance to request asylum under U.S. law and international treaty on grounds to prevent spreading COVID-19. Now, the Biden administration wants to lift Title 42 restrictions along the southern border as the date for the ban gets closer.
He creates policies with complete disregard to harm to the state or to American citizens.
Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry and Republican politicians have been on board with ending other COVID restrictions, but oppose the end of Title 42. Louisiana's Deputy Solicitor General Scott St. John is very confident, saying they weren't given the opportunity to voice their position.
That's why we have an Administrative Procedure Act, is so that the American public, so that the states get a voice. CDC ran off and did something without consulting anyone.
Why don't you reach out to our public affairs office?
Though Justice Department Representative Jean Lynn declined to comment, she argued in court the CDC has the authority to lift any emergency health restrictions if it's no longer necessary. St. John says the problem is that immigrants are illegally crossing the border, causing a burden for all states.
They fan out to all 50 states and impose costs, absolutely overwhelm healthcare, law enforcement, and that is why there is a 24-state coalition.
Staff attorney with the UCLA Center for Immigration Law and Policy, Monica Langalica, spoke, hoping that if the court sides with the states, any injunction and interest should only apply to those not wanting the ban to be lifted.
It's just to establish that we disagree with this idea that single or even a handful of states are in a position to dictate immigration law on a federal basis.
The U.S. Title 42 is currently planned to be lifted on May 23rd, giving Judge Summerhays about 2 weeks to give his verdict on whether Title 42 will be lifted or will continue to be in place. Back to you guys at the desk.